Okay, Coach Brandon here. Let's go over a couple of these swings. Notice right away, very timid, passive stride. And instead of the barrel loading behind your head and the elbow loading behind and the shoulders turning in, okay, when you take your step, the opposite happens. The barrel starts to cast, the elbow starts to get in front of the hands, and we don't get any load in those hands. We really want to create some snap in those hands, but we've got to load our hands up first in order for that to happen. Notice also where the back foot is pointed. Let's get that back foot pointed towards the apex of the plate. Let's stride out a little bit farther. And as you can see now, at contact, you do it okay. You make up for some of the things that you disconnect with early. And you actually find you find the ball here. You're a little late. You're standing up at contact also. That one you do a little bit better job of. But again, if you notice that elbow, it's not, that back elbow is not, it's not leaving your rib cage there. It needs to go and be released far as it can towards the center fielder. That's not happening because you're not really using any ground force in your legs. You're actually getting connection with your rotation here. But because of what you do in your one position, you fight against yourself a little bit here. So some good things that we can work with, and then obviously there's some things that we can help you improve with tremendously. Now, if I put a line on top of your head here, notice at contact and at extension that your head is now a good 3 inches above that line. So having any upward head movement is just as detrimental as having any forward movement. Okay, so we've got to really try to keep that head stable, and we got to really let those hands and that barrel get extended out here at contact. And we're going to achieve that by striding with more force forward and keeping that elbow and those hands a bit more loaded behind us to start, and all of that will translate into a bit more power and a lot more consistency, in almost every swing. Okay, so we can look at a few more swings here, and again, this is just a bad pitch to go after. You got to keep that barrel above your hands, but it's hard to do. Now you do an okay job getting on plane with this pitch, but then, like I said, there's no extension. All that you're doing, this is just all arms. There's no shoulder turn once we get to contact, and so that's just going to create weak contact. So here was one of your best swings. And notice that your elbow finally starts to get a little bit of separation from your body, but your top hand rolls over first. So if we can get the elbow to get out here away from us and then let the hand roll over, that's how you're going to be able to hit the ball really hard. So we'll work on it. We'll videotape in a couple weeks.